I've always liked this quote from Henry David Thoreau. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. More often than not, success is observed and figured out from the outside. By that I mean people who approach life from a completely different perspective. They see things that others don't see. I've been learning on a daily basis since I was in high school. Every success tip, including those I've worked on and discovered while building my law firm, starting companies, investing, building a brand on social media, over the years I put them all down into writing. And some I've even shared in a blog post, a podcast, or a video. Gigabytes of data in thousands of folders and files on my hard drive and in the cloud hold the information that I put together over the last 40 to 50 years, especially the last 34 years of practicing law and the last 20 years of building a digital brand. This includes my own wins and losses. This also includes what I've watched other people do. It includes all the ingredients I've spent my life putting together to help create my success formula. I'm a big fan of learning how to do something the right way, really well, and then repeating the process over and over to create success over and over. I think being consistent in a way that others are unwilling to do is the easiest way that I know of to stand out, to be unique, and to get better results. For example, when I want to give a closing argument in a big trial that's going to help a jury come back with a multi-million-dollar verdict for my clients, I'll dive into my folder titled Closing Arguments and review what's worked for me in the past. I'll look at what other people have done to get the types of results that they've obtained in court. When I want to create a video to share on Twitter or Facebook that's going to get people to take a desired action, I'll go back into my digital war chest of resources and follow detailed outlines given to me by some of the top video experts in the world. And then I'll put those steps into action. In the end, these resources allow me to get the large verdicts and settlements in court and to create content on social media that's shared around the world and which brings in new business to the law firm. It's not always easy, but often it is. You don't have to recreate the wheel, but you do need to start to make things happen. My book and my mastermind are collections of this kind of information, including information I put together from others to help me continue the pursuit of excellence in court and on the digital platforms. While I was putting all this information together, I never planned on sharing it in a mastermind or eventually in a book. I gathered this information to help me get better results for my clients. I took the time to research and put all this information together to help me stand out from the crowd, to help me find success when it comes to taking on the competition. And guess what? It worked. Using this information has allowed me to change my life. But let me go back in time. Right now, I'm sitting on a balcony at the Ritz-Carlton in Southern California overlooking the Pacific Ocean. I've just finished a long paddleboard at nearby Dana Point Harbor, and I've come here to decompress a little bit and frankly enjoy the evening, have a nice glass of Cabernet, and watch the sunset. Although I have a few trials, I'm going to start preparing for those in the morning, but I've come here tonight to think about and to try to put down into writing exactly how I can share all the resources to building my businesses and all of my different approaches to social media in an easy to digest and understand way, specifically for the new LegalMinds 2.0 Mastermind platform. 2 years ago, I did the same thing before starting the process of writing my book. I wanted to share the brilliance of hundreds of professionals and experts in my global network with my mastermind members in a way that would provide answers and solutions. In my book, I did the same thing with 46 plus experts from all around the world who shared their best tips about Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, live video, and all the other top social media platforms. I also shared the best mindset and communication approaches to successfully using social media that every business owner, professional, and entrepreneur would understand and appreciate. The resources I accumulated over the years were from some of the top trial lawyers in the world, top communication experts in the world, and top business development, social media, and digital marketing and branding experts in the world. Fast forward today, and I can report that a number of these amazing human beings have become business partners and friends. And as a result, I've had the chance to observe and experience their wisdom in both good times and bad. I've been able to learn what success really is and what actions are necessary to get there. I'm talking about sharing conversations in private interviews, late night phone calls, and over very special dinners. Based on what I've learned, my practice in life improved at such a fast pace that I knew I needed to share this information. The challenge for me was figuring out how could I share this information in a way that worked for my friends and worked with my busy schedule. My top priority was to do whatever I needed to do to share all of this information in a mastermind and my book. Tools that my friends and members could access and learn from in an organized fashion when it was a good time for them. These were the challenges that I was facing sitting on that balcony while the light dimmed and the dark canceled out the day. I wrote notes, sketched out a workflow, and in the end came up with a new version of the LegalMinds Mastermind that allows all members to access this information from an app, their tablet, laptop, or desktop. The idea was to create a resource that I never had and a resource that today's technology would allow me to create that would be the last resource my members would ever need. Something that could help me and my members within minutes while also sharing value over their lifetimes. While I was sitting there, that was my goal. It was a big one. I wasn't sure what the end result would be, but within a few weeks of starting the Digital Mastermind project, the experience and the end result exceeded all of my expectations. I rolled out the mastermind, and when combined with my book, no matter the problem or challenge, the answers for me and for my members were either in the palm of their hand in an app or in the pages of what is now a best-selling book on Amazon. I've got to tell you, it's a pretty exciting feeling. Today, when I'm feeling challenged or when my members are feeling stressed or even desperate, the answers to their questions, the blueprint to what they need to do next, is in the mastermind and in the book. Members can swipe through the various topics and resources in the mastermind to get answers. Readers of my book can glance at a section or chapter to find out what they need to do next. All of the information and people that I've connected with over the last several decades are now available to you via my mastermind or book. Their wisdom and answers are shared for your use and for your success. If you're trying to figure out what the success mindset is to business or social media, there's an entire section in the mastermind and in my book that lays out all the ingredients. If you're trying to put an idea into words but don't know how to start the process, we have posts and sections on the art of communication with tips shared by some of the top communication experts on the planet. The LegalMinds 2.0 Mastermind in my book are toolkits to help you change your life. Yes, there are other masterminds and books out there, but what I put together is completely different. This is more than just abstract theory. The tips, approaches, and techniques shared in my mastermind and in my book are exactly what I've done to be named by my peers as a 2009 Trial Lawyer of the Year here in Orange County, California, and a 2013 California Litigation Lawyer of the Year. These are things that I do on a daily basis to get million-dollar verdicts for my clients and to build a global social media and digital brand. They're also the things that I do that have resulted in me being introduced at more than one Tony Robbins Business Mastery events before thousands of people as one of the most well-known lawyers in the world on social media. In short, this is real-world stuff that has changed my life. There's no bullshit, and you're not going to find the information in my mastermind and in my book anyplace else. This is a one-of-a-kind mastermind and a one-of-a-kind book. Everything in the mastermind and in the pages of my book have been tested and used. One of the advantages of the cloud-based mastermind is that when technology and trends change, I can instantly update the content to reflect that change. The power that my mastermind members hold in their hands is virtually unlimited. And specifically in my book, the knowledge shared by 47 experts from around the world in paperback, on Kindle, and available on Audible is unparalleled. These are the approaches and tactics I use every day in business, marketing, and branding. Now my mastermind members and those people who have read my book can do the same. Using these approaches, I've helped my clients make tens of millions of dollars, and I've made a few million too. These things work, especially when you need them the most. Some of the things we talk about are pretty obvious. Others, not so much. On almost a weekly basis, I'll hear from a mastermind member with a comment like, "That's brilliant. Shit, I can't believe we never tried that before." And I love hearing from my mastermind members, especially experiences like this. Sometimes you just need someone to flip the switch and help that light bulb go on. And that's what we try to do on a daily and weekly basis in the mastermind. What I've tried to do in the mastermind, and we're adding new content each week and also in the book, is to take thousands of pages of theories, ideas, and solutions and deliver them to you in just a couple of sentences or two. If you want to learn the history behind something, Google's a great tool. But if you're pressed for time and you want a quick answer and specific steps to help you implement that approach, that strategy, then my mastermind and book are what you want to have in your hands. Now, I got to tell you, it wasn't easy putting together thousands of resources into what's already in the book and what we're adding to the mastermind. But my team and I stuck with it and got it done. The mastermind and book are pretty amazing. You're going to like them. One thing I've noticed is that you don't need to understand all of this material to find success. Frankly, with just 10 to 20% of the information, you'll be so far ahead of your competition in town that they won't even know what hit them. I know this because looking back through all this material, I realize that there's still so much more that I can put into action. But I didn't need to because what I've done is already working. I took what was of interest to me, took massive action on it, and the rest is history. You can do the same thing. It's important to understand that big game-changing changes can come in very small packages. And it's the small specialized packages that I give you in the mastermind and in each chapter of the book that are going to make a difference. It's the small things done in a consistent fashion that result in the big changes and results. To help you find what you're looking for, even if you're not sure what that is, I've done my best to present the content in the mastermind using a combination of the written word, audio, and video. Along with my members, we also add value in the comments and while engaging on the platform. We're all here for each other, and that's what makes LegalMinds so special. Whatever format you enjoy the most, content is provided to you in that format. New content is being added daily and weekly to the mastermind. Tips about all of these platforms on social media are available to you in my book. The completed mastermind and book are frankly much more than the sum of their parts. They're portable solutions, they're answers, they're tools that you can use any time of the day or night to move forward in your career. They're approaches that are at the tips of your fingers, just a tap and swipe away, that can help you find success. Now, you don't have to be a superhero to make these approaches work for you. The experts who share these concepts in my mastermind and in my book are human beings just like you and me. They have their good days and their bad days. None are close to being perfect. What they have done correctly is to focus in on one thing and do it better than anyone else. They focus on their strengths and ignore their weaknesses. This is what I share in my mastermind and in my book. A detailed and focused solution to a specific platform or issue that will show you how to fix the problem or build your brand better than anyone else. It's all about taking proper and focused action. Disregard what everyone else is doing wrong and instead consistently embrace new ideas to help you stand out above all the noise and be top of mind. I invite you to be part of my LegalMinds 2.0 private community. I invite you to read my book, and between the two, tap into the combined expertise of hundreds of top experts from around the world. You could take the next 20 years to learn what you could learn in the next 6 months in LegalMinds. Really, it's entirely up to you. I wanted to create and did create a mastermind that gives you access to immediate results and return on your investment. I like to keep things simple, easy, and fast, and that's how my mastermind is designed and book was written. Look, here's the deal. There's nothing normal about doing business in today's world. Because of how my law firm was set up and already using live video like Zoom and cloud-based services, we experienced only a few minor speed bumps when COVID-19 struck. We were ready. And this allowed us to focus 100% of our time and attention on helping our clients, our family, our friends with their COVID-19 business and legal needs. You see, that's it right there. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You need to change your reality. You need to be aware of what technology and options are out there and adopt them now into your business or practice rather than waiting until something happens and trying to incorporate all this stuff into your practice after the fact. You want to be proactive and not reactive. I tell my members what you need to do is just take massive action based upon the right information to get the results that you desire. Ideas are great. They're fantastic, but unless you combine an idea with emotion and massive action, nothing is going to happen. My mastermind and book can and should be approached like you're walking into a Costco. What I mean by this is spend time on the things and sections you're interested in and ignore those areas that are of no interest to you, at least for now. If you like the electronics department and couldn't care less about backyard patio furniture, then spend your time in electronics and avoid spending any time looking at patio chairs and tables. The mastermind and my book are not one-size-fits-all types of things. Pick what you enjoy and dive in. It's totally okay. That's how I put the mastermind and book together. Other than understanding the success mindset of business, life, and social media, critically important, right? You can basically skip around between all the other topics and sections, and I want you to. I want you to enjoy the process. I even want you to have fun while you're doing it. After all, what's the point of life if you're not enjoying the journey and making each day your masterpiece? And for those of you who aren't sure what your next move is, I'd like to share this story by 14th century French philosopher Jean Bourdain. A donkey is standing halfway between a pile of hay and bucket of water. It looks to its left and right, not able to decide which way to go. Eventually, it dies of hunger and thirst. If the donkey could make a rational decision, it would drink the water and then eat the hay. Here's the deal. It's time to take massive action. None of us, including me, should ever want to be the donkey. I believe the right information can be found in my LegalMinds Mastermind and in my book. Take a look and seriously consider becoming part of my global community. I created LegalMinds and I wrote my book because these were the two tools that I've wanted my entire life. Now I've got them and now I can offer these tools to you. Join us in my mastermind community. Go to LegalMinds, that's legalminds.lawyer, and also make sure to get my book. Type my name, Mitch Jackson, into Amazon and look for The Ultimate Guide to Social Media. Thank you for your time, and I can't wait to see you in the community. Take care and make each day your masterpiece.